everybody. Hey, y'all. I'm back, I'm back. This book's every freaking where in this house. Hey, this book's everywhere. Hey, y'all. Hola, hola. Good evening. Hello. I'm here. Well, hello, y'all. Hey. So, who enjoyed class for 200 minutes earlier? I had to go and eat and talk to them kids and do, my stuff. Hey, hello. Well, thank you, Miss Millicent. I appreciate that. Do they call you Millie? Are you Millie for short? I like the name Millie. So, well, thank you, Miss Shantae. I appreciate you. So y'all enjoyed y'all class. There's so much hidden stuff in it. Listen, good job. I'm excited. I know we was all over the place, and I still got more. And like I told y'all, God dropped seeds for me. He dropped something, then I go looking and looking and looking and looking and looking and looking, and I just found all this stuff. But who was mind blown to know that these rulers were a slap in the face to God for more than one reason? I know it didn't even seem like it was 200 minutes. It was crazy, right? Isn't that crazy? How even that, now we know why he said all flesh corrupted itself. Because the animals was pissed because they couldn't talk no more. So when they merged with the fallen angels, then the animals were able to speak again. The same two entities that caused man to fall are the same two entities that are still after him now. The evil spirits, the fallen angels, their children, are now our evil spirits. The Lilithu and all of these, the Utuki and or Utuku, even that the name Ebony is in there is absolutely mind blowing to me. But it's spelled a different way. In EA Sports. And see, we never really think about where these names come from, right? We don't think about where the names come from. We don't think about where the symbols come from. They are very angry. And this is why, like I said, they be wanting to possess our bodies because they miss the feeling of it. You remember on Magicians when the mama of the girl, she said, just do some magic with me. I miss the feeling. Nobody will do magic with me. I just miss the feeling. I just want to do something. Y'all remember that? Who watched The Magicians when they was in that little thing and old girl was trying to start her own coven or whatever? Do y'all remember? Who watched The Magician? Uh-huh. Okay. So think about this. The spirits have that same feeling. They remember what it's like to eat. And did you see God said they grab the food, but they can't eat it. So the closest that they gonna get to living life is living vicariously through us. Now you see why the evil spirits is the disembodied spirits are always trying to inhabit you and your family. Y'all know I be moving stuff around. Where are you, book? Oh, Dad. Sometimes I feel crazy in this room because none of my stuff, since y'all bought me all these books, is where it's supposed to be. And as a librarian, that's not a good look. I should be able to know exactly where it is and go in here and find it. And that is not the case because my family loves me so much that they buy me so much stuff I don't never know where nothing is. Great. If you guys happen to know anybody that's done that in the last year, no? Sure. Sure, I understand. What, Chris? What you talking about? Yeah, it does say that. It says that they went ahead and made it with the. It says that they. Well, it says it, but not. Oh, there it go. It was right in my face. Thank you, Dad. You said right by the marble. Went right to where it is and just didn't look and see it. I gotta put some of these books up because they like bent up and stuff, and you know that's not good for the spine of your books. So let's get some people back where they belong, or at least close enough to their home. Put this here. What is that? That's okay. Okay. Okay, that's all fine. And then this can stay here. This big green book. Oh, who got the big green book? Or did you get the? Y'all know if you don't want to buy this book, you can buy the insert. Just the insert by itself. You don't have to buy the whole book. Okay. So, Queen, now you know why this part of the book is so important. Y'all see how they slid that right on in the timeline chart of humans history? Why would they just slide that in there? And this is a bloodline now. These are the bloodlines. And it says that they lived in the 5 cities of the plains. In Persia or Elam. Y'all getting that? This is bloodlines. This is the lines of the people. And it says they lived in Persia or Elam. The Persians came out of like the Akkadians, the Assyrians, and all that whole race of people, the mountain dwellers and the mountain builders. Who surrounded Israel in the mountains. And they lived in the plain cities and built up around Israel. They surrounded them on all sides. This is what the Bible was always talking about, Israel being sieged or besieged. There's always somebody around them trying to get their space. Okay? Thank you so much. Okay? So look at how they just kindly put that in there, oh yeah, mermaids and horse people. Oh, okay. And this is the timeline chart of map of history. Human history. And they put that just right on in there and just, okay? All of the beings are listed in there. Homer is in there, tells when he lived, Socrates, Plato, Herodias, or whatever his name is, Hesiod, they're all in there. Aristotle, all of these people. And then to find out that prior to 1841 or 1741, the dinosaur wasn't even a word, and it was always dragon. It was always dragon prior to 1741 or 1841 or whenever they made the word dinosaur. So then everywhere that we've seen dinosaur, it should say, or prior to 1741, it said dragon. So Any stories about the dinosaurs are really about this is the story of Og, right? And I was reading something that just give me a moment. I said, give me 1 second. Hola, nephew. Hello, everybody over here. Y'all give me a minute. Where was I reading that? This is why I hate studying when I'm tired. Because then I'll be trying to remember what. Hold on. Was this it? Nope. Give me 1 minute. You wonder if it's because dinosaurs don't have wings. What is the pterodactyl? Ain't a pterodactyl a dinosaur with wings? There's flying lizards right now. We got regular flying lizards right now. And when the angels made it with them, they just made big ones. Ah, who got the book? And ain't that what they was flying on when they was blue people? In Avatar. Okay, if you got this book, go to page 69 real quick. If you got the book, go to page 69. I was watching Curse too, a little bit. I don't know what episode. Screenshots of her. Okay, so this is what I was looking at last night. Some of it. Is it on this or my phone? Shoot, I think it's on my phone. But I do want to show y'all this. Look it. Do y'all see what's down there? Now, what lions y'all know got long necks like that? And they got froze. Just so you know, them is afros. And there's big people, medium-sized people, and little people. And then beheaded people. And then goat people at the top. Y'all see it? I don't know no tigers or lions. They got a long neck like that one. Here's a bunch of decapitated people. There's little people, medium-sized people, and big people. And then people with horns and a real regular face and ears like that. Okay. This is the Narmer palette. We read about Narmer the other day. And he lived he lived in Hyrcanopolis, however you say it. Anyway, south of Luxor. That's where he lived. And he was also known as Menes, or Menes, Menes. So Narmer and Menes that's mentioned in the Bible are the same person. And while he was alive, He was a lot bigger than the regular people, than there was regular people. And they also had people with froze that was taming something that looked like a lion with a real long neck. Hmm. The naked goddess, what she got in the back of her? Naked Hittite goddess. What she got back there? What are those elf feet? She got elf feet and wings. Really? Where have I seen these shoes before? Several places. Mm. She also got braids in her hair because here she is again. And if I braid up my locks, that's exactly what the braid gonna look like. Winged lion chair. And this, the lion throne goddess, was where in the crocodipolis. Do you see how big that seat is? Now, why would somebody this size need a seat that big? A bigger person might need that big old seat. And do you see the blocks? They look exactly like the ones in Egypt. And everywhere else that the giants built with precision, with no mortar in between. One of them blocks is almost, two of them blocks is dang near taller than him. So how much do you think they weigh? And who put those there? That's why I told you, if you ever look at the Wailing Wall, I was looking, this is a whole bunch of stuff here. This was the other stuff we was looking at. That's Jabin, King of Hazor. We are already studying about him. Okay. This ain't today. This was last week. Okay. So the rest of it must be on my phone, which is in the bathroom. So, going back. Listen to this. So if y'all got this book, the books of Og, Enoch, and the Giants, okay? This specific book. Excuse me. Do y'all remember when y'all was watching Avatar? When they got ready to go to war, the first one, against the whoever, the Avatar people, what was one of the things that they did? How did they travel? King of Bashan. Yes, Judah Rising. He has a whole book. And it's real good. He was a king, so somebody. They flew on dragons. And what did they have to do in able to kickstart their little dragon they was riding? How did they get it to start? What was their key? They had to connect their little feeler ponytail to the animal. This is about the 100,000 giant war. Now, we read earlier about God, Enoch, telling Enoch to go tell them, no, y'all about to watch y'all kids fight against each other and die, so forth and so on. Right? Okay, look at that. If you look at 8, if you have this book right here where it says at dusk, see that? At dusk, King Og entered the 100,000 giant war and connected to his floating beast, the Gontiqua. Do you see it with your own eyes? At dark, King Og entered the 100,000 Giant War and connected to his floating beast, the Gontiqua. King Og connected to his beast and became as a wolf. Wasn't they connecting to floating beasts? And we know that his daddy is a shapeshifter, Shemyaza or Semyaza. Og was a giant. The avatars were giants. The avatars had floating beasts, like dinosaur looking things, and so did Og. Wonder where they getting these stories from. We know that the dragon siblings are in the 100,000 Giant War, and they have white hair and blue eyes. We know that the Hindu giants are here because they came with all their arms and all their extra pieces. We use our manners here. If you want CERCA to do something, nobody tells me what to do. Always need to be a please, can you, or can you please. The floating mountains have been in there. Come on now, because they the mountain builders. And there's a such thing called a floating mountain. They build mountains, which means a lot of the mountains that we see, they could have quarried the rock and made it look like that. Because from what I'm reading, the Grand Canyon was carved, not from water. And if you think about the Flintstones and look at the Grand Canyon, the earth was still one piece at that time when these giants were still here. And they were taking massive rocks, and building monolithic structures like 200-foot sculptures on Easter Island. And we know that they could make things float because their daddies and whatever. Just from the Testament of Solomon, you're welcome. Just from the Testament of Solomon, we know they was bringing stuff all the way as far as the Arabian Sea to Egypt and to Jerusalem, and they had the demons carrying it in a whirlwind. We know that there is a whirlwind spirit. There's a world like a dust devil, dirt devil, jinn, or whatever. We know this is possible. Dorothy? Whirlwind picked up a whole house and took her to another place. Her house and everything. Mm-hmm. Who watched The Invisible City that they told us to watch? Who watched The Invisible City? This is one reason why public isn't allowed. You're right, Jace. Well, I told y'all it was all one piece before the flood. And when they went out, they had to go out. I told you, when you get that map and you put it together, you can still walk to Japan from Africa. You can walk. I showed y'all when it's put together, you can literally walk from Israel to Japan. They tell us it's water the way they show us, but you can walk. Literally. And if you got a horse or if you fly, I mean, it's going to be even easier to get there. So it makes sense why there's Egyptian pyramids under these so-called mountains that we get, and the mound builders, that they were called the mound builders. Well, now when they go into all of these places and they digging up what they thought was a whole mountain, it's a whole building, rounded building that look like the buildings that are in the mosque and stuff. The mound builders, they get down in there and it's a whole thing underground. Where can you go watch what? The rewatches are on YouTube. We got 500. How many videos we got on YouTube? Y'all? I think we got like 500. We over 500 now, ain't we? Let's see. How many we got? 550 today. We almost at 6. We got 552 videos on YouTube. I didn't even know. Dang, we got 552 live videos, and some of them 13 hours long. Wait a minute, don't do that. That's how y'all know I don't be going to check nothing unless I done cut somebody out and I gotta take that video off. Other than that, I don't even go check numbers or nothing. Y'all see, I ain't even put the ads on in like 6 months. I need to though, because that help us buy other people's books. So I gotta get that together. My channel is CERCA TROVA 22 on YouTube. See? It's me. I can't watch it. No, I can't watch it. You will. I try not to watch myself because I don't want to like start changing. I'm gonna be me, so I don't watch. Unless I want to see if I was cute or something that day, then I might go look at my outfit. But other than that, I don't watch. That's why y'all be like, remember what you said? No, because I don't go back and watch it. Now, also, did anybody think a werewolf when you read that he changed into a wolf? He connected to his beast and he became as a wolf. You love it here, me too. Mm-hmm. So it said King Og ran through the water and rain to the front lines of battle. King Og, who was trained in the priesthood of Baal of the Moon. King Og, the leader of the uncircumcised Rephaim, to rid the earth of the circumcised and the killers of the moon child. The Israelites and Nimrod. And then King Og released all of his rage upon the circumcised Nephilim while connected to the Gontiqua. The Gontiqua fought with the uncircumcised Nephilim and slew them with a great slaughter. And they fled from him. And King Og killed 500 circumcised Nephilim that day as he made his way towards Nimrod. So there was giants that was fighting. Well, we know why the giants got circumcised, and then we know what they did. I promise I wish I could have been at that battle still. I don't care what y'all say. I wish I could have been at that battle that day. It's giants. Freaking serious? Yes, I would have wanted to be there. I would have been a nurse. I ain't never did no medical nothing a day in my life. Nurse, CERCA. Why would you need to get in touch with me? You can email me. Valerie, Donna. Why were they circumcised? Because the first time he fought against Og, when he was fighting, he took his thing and he had one of the Og had sliced his meat up. And so he ran and he circumcised himself, and then he made all of his soldiers circumcise themselves. So when they ran in a battle, they had this on and this, but nothing on the bottom. Because Og was looking for the circumcised Nephilim because he knew he had cut them. And so they ran in the battle swinging their bats to confuse Og. Nimrod did this. Him and his soldiers went into battle, bats and balls swinging, so that they wouldn't know who Nimrod was. Smart. What you gonna do if you got 1,000 or 10,000 giants running? I'll be confused. I don't even know. That would stun any enemy. These crazy fools, they came out here naked, swinging 2 swords. Mm-hmm. eggplants everywhere. You said it, Tootie. It was eggplants. If you don't believe me, it's in the book. I'm gonna show you what page it's on. It's on now see, I got it in my other book. I don't know where my other Og book is. It's stashed here somewhere. Because he got all my little markers where they need to be. All right. Oh, I think it's right here. Nimrod is okay. I want to say it's right here on the page 1. Droppings of the field, sacrificing. Hold on, it's right here. Only the half loin murders a child. Okay. It says Nimrod's land used the smaller cells for food in secret. So Nimrod ate people in secret. He traded them to the kingdom of Og for labor in the open. Nimrod also forced the male Nephilim and the smaller cells of his kingdom to carve their loins with the knife of circumcision. I don't know exactly which page it's on where it says that he was fighting with him and it cut him. How's this not moving? Abraham did defeat. Actually, it was Nimrod that defeated him. They both fought against him, but Nimrod. The reason that Og hated Nimrod is because Nimrod really fought Og and gave him as a slave to Abraham. Because Og was alive after the flood. But he went by the name, or before the flood or whatever his name was, Eleazar or something like that. Eleazar and Og are the same person. This is why he wanted to get to them. Yes, this is why they want to get to Nimrod's tomb too. Yeah. But Nimrod was a Nephilim. Yeah, I'm trying to get to the part where they was fighting. In my other book, it's already marked. Of when they was fighting and he cut him. One of his soldiers cut him or something. I don't know exactly where it is. Oh, it's right in here somewhere. So at first, but this is the crazy thing. At first, he envied Nimrod as a ruler. Because they was homies at first. Am I reading for the Numa Island? No. I'm reading from the book of Og and Enoch and the giants. Okay. So they was homies at first. You're welcome. They was homies at first. And then Og didn't keep his promise. But now we know why. Remember I told y'all, now I know why his words all sound like scripture. Because he was with Abraham and Noah. He was with Abraham and with Noah. He was the... This is why everything that he said sounded like scripture. Remember, I was like, they are copycats because this is all scripture. And now it makes sense. He just took the words that he heard Moses and Abraham them speaking, boom, and ran it back in his own to make it like they was his own. This is why he knew the word. Yes, I said, wow, which makes sense because Lamech, Abraham's what nephew, he ran with Yuval, who we now know was a gray. He was a gray, one of the grays. Thank you so much. I did them letters myself. Painted them and all. Built a shelf too. You as one of the watchers, you know they mix it up a little bit for TV. Be right back. I have to get this book. Because it tells you about all the giants. Not all of them, but the ones that were, it literally lists. And remember, okay. So if you have this book, it shows you exactly what I was telling you about God. They list the leader of the clans of the giants and tell how many it was. And that was it. Just like God, when I told y'all it was more than 200 angels, the 200 angels that they listed were the heads. Because they didn't even list the whole 200 angels. They only listed like 12 angels. It said these are the chiefs of their tens or something like that. So it didn't even list all 200. Just like when God counts the numbers of Israel, he calls it like as a people. The 12 tribes, but the Benjaminites and the whoever and all of these different people, he only calls the head person. Okay? So in here, when they list the giants, they only list that. Look, if you got the book, you know. Y'all priestesses, Ashtaroth, and all of these folks, they in here. They listed in here. Ooh, how that hurt. And the other book that I showed y'all earlier, the Babylonian devils, all of them listed in this one. All y'all high priestess and all them, they listed in the devils and evil spirits of Babylonia. The folks y'all be calling y'all ancestors and praying to the bird feet people. And that might be some of your cousins, because they mamas was human. Ain't none of my folks though. I ain't claiming none of them. The reprobates and bastards. I don't know them. They is not my ancestors, Lord. I don't know who want to claim them, but they ain't man's. You got to do your hand like this. I don't want nothing they offering, Dad. They went to my mouth. Chickens, right? And my daddy called them bastard and reprobate. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's what he called them. Now moving on. Them is y'all cousins. Y'all pray to y'all cousins. Y'all do that. Get your rocks and your sticks and stuff, and clank them together, or whatever it is that you need to do. Get your crystal balls out, and go get your little liquor and all of that y'all be doing. Get the fire blaze and go and do all the stuff y'all got to do when you call on your aunt. And my daddy, I just say, "Hey, Dad," and he show up. They got to be primed. You got to spend a whole bunch of money, go by, take them to dinner, buy them a little orange and stuff. Nah, I ain't got to do none of that. I ain't got to charge no rocks, nothing. Listen here, I don't have no part. I don't want no. They make y'all look. Never mind. Moving on. All right. Who's ever read about the locust that's supposed to come out of the ground at the end times? It's got the horse body and all of that. So in this book, just real quick, and we're gonna get. He says, "I will make." This is Mott. Whoever this Mott must be a fallen angel. He said, "I will make Nimrod's land a dwelling place of demons, and a haunt of every foul spirit, a haunt of every foul bird, a haunt of every foul and hateful beast." I'm gonna read that again. Listen. Now this is Mott, they God, saying this. "I will make Nimrod's land a dwelling place of demons, a haunt of every foul spirit, a haunt of every foul bird, a haunt of every foul and hateful beast." That's all his family members. Them is his cousins and stuff. Remember that it says that Nimrod was hell on wheels for the beast and the giants. He was a mighty hunter. He was also hunting the same beast Hercules was hunting. All the monsters, the sea monsters and all of that, that's who he was hunting. The giants. And they hated his butt. The other Rephaim and Nephilim and Anunnaki and all of them. All of the other races of giants. Probably that might be where we get Beowulf from. He showed. Yeah, that makes sense because all of the other mythology is built on the Akkadians. The Assyrian, all mythology is built basically on the Assyrian and Babylonian kings. I think there is a base on Nimrod's mountain. Oh, okay. Didn't know that. So listen now. What was I about to read to y'all? Oh, real quick, just how it lists off these giants. All right. So it says, this is page 67. I'm just going to go down here at the bottom. It says, Geryon the Scarred, whose fourth and final battle was the 100,000 Giant War, also fought. Geryon the Mute Drunkard, whose oppression by the Dark Ones favored the circumcised Nephilim on the field of battle. Geryon, who fought with Driver and Chaser against Shalbiri, the circumcised Nephilim. Shalbiri, whose attack Geryon did not see, cut his head from his body so that it hung on at his side. Geryon, alive and oppressed by his Dark Ones, then swung his Driver and Chaser as one who embraced madness, killing many and wounding more. Geryon then broke Shalabiri's legs so that the uncircumcised Rephaim could kill him, for he could no longer walk. Okay? Is it gonna list these? This is, see, I don't think this one lists the numbers of them, and my other one does. Let me see. I don't think this one. Oh, it's back here. Yeah, I was in the wrong place. Sorry, y'all. Okay. Yeah, I was in the wrong place. All right. So it says, and when the moon was full, next, war broke out between Og and Nimrod's kingdoms. Og and his giants fought against the circumcised, and the circumcised and Nimrod fought back. The Rephaim were driven on by the death of the moon child, and their hatred of circumcision hardened their resolve. These are the Rephaim of significant stature that fought King Og on the field of battle of the 100,000 Giant War. Anak, like the Anakim, the Anakim. Y'all know who the sons of Anak that are mentioned in the Bible? Okay. Anak, the keeper of the bodies before Baal. Anak, whose dark ones, his evil spirits, shrouded over him with unspeakable darkness. Anak, who spoke the incantation to raise the dead. Anak, who worshiped Mot in secret. Anak, the transcriber of the first chapters of this very book. Anak, who cut himself and shaved the front of his head. Anak, who stood between Og and Nimrod and then was cut down by the circumcised. Anak, who wounded Nimrod's genitals. That's the dude that did it. Anak. He the one that sliced old boy up the middle, but it only caught the part that you could cut off. And so then he was good. So Anak is the one that cut Nimrod. Okay. And then Azath, Azath, the temple priest for Baal of the moon, Azath, with blackened eyes, who rode a great beast into battle. Y'all, I gotta run to the bathroom. 47 minutes in, I can go pee. Go look up Azath and see what pictures y'all can find. Azath. And I need to make me some coffee. I'll be right back. Azath. And tell me what y'all find, if y'all can see what city or anything. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Okay, here we go. I'm back. So, y'all ready? What came up, family? In regards a unicorn? It was a dragon? I was looking to see who was going to find the medicine. I saw medicine named azathoprine that is an immunosuppressive. Huh. I was good job, Nuke. High five on your paper. Also, giant see-through card, Dance of Thrones. Yes, I know. I do know that. I do know. AZATH. Hey, Q. So when you look up Azath, it says a dragon. That's from Mazalon. Is that from a game? It showed images of dragon. What's Azath's house? I never heard of that. Okay, so look. It says Azath, the temple priest for Baal of the Moon. Azath, with blackened eyes, who rode a great beast into battle. Azath, the priest who was the creator of the driver and chaser. Azath, who weaved the bones of smaller cells into his bread. Or, excuse me, beard. Azath, you take that medicine for your kidney transplant? Another medicine named after a spirit, y'all. Ain't that crazy? The medicine prevents rejection after the transplant. Right, Dave? Because the transmutation, the transition, these angels and their children were able to transition into something else to transform. They could shape shift. But they also are the ones, the first, listen, what's the first thing that the fallen angels taught their wives? Magic. Well, what kind of magic? Magic. It's a specific word. Magic medicine, just joy. Magic meds. Can I ask y'all a question? And this is not to offend anyone, but we have to talk about it. What do you use to transition? From male to female or female to male? What do you use? No, not makeup. Meds. Meds. You have to get medication. And that medication transforms your body. If you don't have breasts, it makes you grow breasts. If you don't have facial hair and strong muscles, it transforms your body into something else. Back in the day, who watched this? The white lady. The black lady. The white lady and the black lady. Describe exactly what we read in the books the other day when it said that they would transform into male or female, and then they would go and they would have sex and reproduce with the other. Do y'all remember? You guys remember when we was reading about that? They would change themselves into the opposite sex and then go reproduce. You remember? So is transitioning and then reproduce, is any of this new? One of the key things that you knew that these people were not human is that they could transform themselves into something else. An animal, male to female, female to male. And we know this because Lucifer and them did it first. Right? Lucifer was the first person to transition and continue to transition into different personalities. He was an old man. He was an angel. He was a woman. Him and his brothers, 10 of them transitioned into 10 women, 10 of his hosts, and they came up out the water. This is where we get the movie that just debuted yesterday or the day before, Little Mermaid. Came up out the water and told Adam they lived under the water and they had families down there. And then they did the adult thing in front of him to teach him how to do it so that he could go ahead and wed Eve early. We know that he transitioned himself in the Testament of Job into several people. He was a bread maker. He was an old beggar. He was an old man. He was the king of Tyre. He was his homeboys. He'll change into whoever he needs to be. He made Nero, and you can look it up for yourself. Nero married a woman. She couldn't reproduce. He found a man that looked exactly like her, killed the wife. He turned into the woman and had her be the husband or something. And that was, or no, he had another wife. I think she did have a baby. Then he married a man that looked exactly like his either first wife or second wife. And then he was the wife in the next wedding, in the last wedding that he had. He was the wife and the other man was the husband. So is any of this new? We have men right now that will marry a woman, bear children with her, and then midlife say, I've always been gay or I feel like I'm trans, and they transition and then they go and still Caitlyn Jenner. Right now, technically, we have pregnant men walking around. Medically, unless they are intersex, we have pregnant men technically walking around now. So the generations after this, when they see pictures, they are going to say men can carry children. That's what they're going to think. Not understanding that no matter what this shell is showing, there is a womb. But in pictures, it's not going to say that. Because right now, we are seeing human beings with animal heads, and we think, oh, hell no, there's no way. But 200 years ago, you couldn't have told maybe those people that there would be a pregnant man walking around. They would have looked at us and said, oh, no way. Because technically, without any medical help, the only male that would be able to reproduce and carry a child would be an intersex person that just was made with both, without medical help. Because an intersex person can do that. That was born intersex, they can do it. I'm not knocking nobody. I'm not coming for nobody. I'm showing y'all that none of this stuff is new. Transitioning from one thing to another thing, transmutation. We got people now that say they feel like they're a cat. Could that possibly be the spirit of one of the lioness goddesses that had a human body and a cat face? Because they get their faces mutilated to look exactly like that. They get whiskers put in. They get their ears done. Some of them get their noses cut and get all of this tattooed on. So what spirit is that that's telling them you're trans cat or trans species? We got people that go get their tongue split. They get implants right here. They get their nose cut off, some of them, to look just like a snake. They get their ears shaved off so they don't have ears. Who's speaking to this person that is telling them when they're used to be? Now listen now, if I plan on inhabiting your body, I want you to look like me. This is why as soon as the demon gets into a person, they start to change. Now that we know that the fallen angels, the humanoid beings that had bodies are now the disembodied spirits who want to possess our bodies because they miss it. And so when they inhabit our bodies, they get to partake in things that they haven't for thousands of years. They get to feel this much again like they alive in their body. We just read today, even in the Akkadian literature, the Assyrian and the Babylonian, the ancient, Mesopotamian literature, that the disembodied spirits were the giants. We read in Enoch that God said they would be the disembodied spirits. They would be the evil spirits, the children of the fallen angels, because their daddies thought they was going to live forever because they were eternal beings. He said, no, y'all going up to heaven to the second and the fifth floor, the prisons, and they going to be trapped down here. So you going back to your origin and you going back to your origin. But whereas human spirits have to go lay down somewhere and rest, Y'all gonna be made to roam the earth and be miserable. So the demons that died in the seventh generation, the giants that died in the seventh generation from Adam, eighth generation from Adam, ninth generation from Adam, and the ones after. And you got to remember, there was probably millions of these things because they was multiplying, and you can read that in the mythology. Zeus had what, like 50 kids, all kind of baby mamas. They was having. We know Nimrod and his mama got together and produced children. And when we read the mythology, it said that somebody Nimrod and his mama got married and had kids. They the ones that started Baal worship. Nimrod and his mama. And Nimrod was a giant, so look it up. There was Baal of the moon and Baal of the sun. Who's learning a lot in this class today? Anybody putting a lot of stuff together for you? Some more stuff coming and clicking and doing all of this or no? Yes, coming together? Well, let's read some more about the giants that was in the 100,000 giant war. God said, I'm going to make, and who was here for the class earlier? What God told him, he said, I'm going to have the 4 angels, Raphael, Uriel, Suriel, and whoever, go bind Azaziel and his homeboys. But before I take them to heaven, I'm going to hold them in a place where they can see their kids kill each other, and then I'm going to take them to heaven. And their kids is going to be trapped here as the evil spirits. Was you here for us reading that? Earlier or last night or whenever we read that? Love Beats, we got 552 videos on YouTube Live, CERCA TROVA. You can catch up all the way from last year. You people would say they be playing it to go to sleep. I guess they say I'm gonna get it in my spirit. Oh, I believe it, Lena. I believe it. I believe it. You're welcome. Newbies, we got 552 videos on YouTube. Nobody believes you when you say that the images of the king seated in Egypt represent the true size. I know they don't believe me either, but then they don't read Enoch or any of the other books. Hell, most of the Christians. Okay, let me ask a question for my ex-66ers. How many people do y'all see really don't even believe the Bible that they be ready to slap you upside the head with? When you literally be telling them what Genesis 6 say, they will argue you down and tell you you are speaking sacrilege, honey. Because the angels is holy and they don't do nothing like that. I had one of my minister friends tell me, so you trying to tell me that angels have reproductive organs? You got the Hebrew and the Strong's Concordance and all of these books, sanctified man, and you don't believe Genesis 6? Numbers 13 and 33? What about when Joshua said the people in Canaan, we look like grasshoppers to them and they see us as such? So you up in your pulpit every Sunday do y'all see that? That's a snake face. That ain't no mask. Because everybody else got a real face. a mask. That's a snake. So the snake was able to talk again and rule over. The birds that couldn't talk no more ruled over Israelites. The hippopotamuses, the horses, the lions, everything that God said was made subject to us. When the angels went into them, okay, I already know. Because those people look like grasshoppers to this person. This is a giant, medium-sized giant, and humans. These are humans on horses. 6-foot men. Right there, too. I know. So when Enoch says they were 450 feet tall, it's not a lie. Some of them was the same. Because some people say 3,000 L's, some say 300. 300 cubits is 450 feet tall. Two of them are taller than or right at the height of the Twin Towers. One. So two giants, two of them standing on each other's shoulders would have been the height of one of the buildings of the Twin Towers. Or close to it. I thought about that too. Look at the first 4 letters of archaeology. Me and my friend talked about this today. I'm just moving too fast. It's right here in my face. Or is it? Where? Y'all, if it's in my room, it probably is. Y'all did this. I just want to know, I am blaming y'all. Y'all did this. I can't never find my stuff. I used to be able to go straight to it. Now I don't know if it's in my room, in the living room. I don't know where nothing is. Where is my book? Oh my goodness. This is just absolutely insane. I ain't complaining, Dad. I am not complaining, but my goodness, I can't never find my book. Goodness gracious, it might be in my room. Hold on. Make sure I'm not overlooking it, which I have a feeling I am because I know I had to move it somewhere else. CERCA, calm down and go find the book. Is it up there already? Let me go check my room, y'all. It might have fell behind my bed. Hold on. Because it ain't up there. I do not see it. Told y'all. It was probably. I found it. Here we go. Now, commodity journals. I told you it was probably in my room. Y'all, it's books everywhere in my house. Mm. Yeah. Hey. Tone. Sir. It's the thing we're not talking about our personal issues here. Remember? We talk about that stuff on the prayer thing. Get your hat. Thought you was gonna make it through the day. Christy Allen. Absolutely not. This isn't. Don't do that. You will get blocked. You have the same live that I have, and so if you want some money, I'm gonna need you to get on there and ask before you just be putting your cash app in my stuff. Don't ever do that again. If you need help, we have Tat 9 Place. You email that place. Don't do that. It's not okay. Or do I need to come on your live and start putting my cash app in there, asking people for help? Can you go live? Because if so, since you feel okay, I need to be coming in your live and asking all the people there for some of their money. I'm in the middle of a class. Don't ever come in here and ask for money again. We have a place. If you've been here, it's Tat 9 Place. I'm in the middle of class. Go to the website, CERCATROVA22.com. All the information that you need is there. And don't just put your cash app, because depending on what God tell me, we don't send the money, we pay the bill. So you're gonna have to show proof of the bill, show there's a disconnect or whatever it is, but don't do that. It's never okay. I just don't understand why people can go live on their own page and ask for money. Y'all gonna stop doing that here. It's rude. I don't even know why people think that's okay. Are you gonna go in the store and start asking people? Do you walk around your church and ask people for money? No, you don't. Do you do it at your job? Walk around and ask just walk into random offices and say, hey, can I have some of your money? No, you don't. So let me ask y'all a question. Could the study of archaeology be really the study of the archangels and their lineage? Because paleontology is the study of the dragons. Everything they be studying with archaeology is trying to get back. And they always finding magical things, and the stuff that they pick up is always the magic. Okay. Look where this is at. Assistant to the Department of Egyptian and Syrian Antiquities in the British Museum. Dang near everything I'm about all of these books, the stuff is in the British Museum. Most of the things that I be reading to y'all from, all of this stuff is in the British Museum. So has archaeology been the study of the fallen angels and their bloodline the whole time? Because they're always looking for relics, ancient artifacts, and relics. We know just from Black Panther that they got magical stuff sitting in they. Okay, if you go watch Ancient Aliens, who are they always saying? Who are they always referring to in Ancient Aliens? The archaeologists that are studying the who? Because the ancient aliens are the fallen angels that came from another realm here and their children. The gods. Anytime you watch it, it's about the gods, ain't it? The History Channel, normally, what are they talking to you about? And it be some archaeologists that then found and dug, and they show you all the squares where they digging in an ancient burial ground, in an ancient, they always on some kind of spiritual place. These things are said to have supernatural powers. Do you believe ancient aliens? They be in Peru. Everywhere. They digging in the pyramids. They digging in Japan, in the mystical places. They looking for the magic. Y'all see that the nuclear reactors look exactly like the nuclear reactors that they saw on the hieroglyphs. And if you read Enoch, it tells you that the angels taught their sons and their wives antimony, which is nuclear science. That's what they used to call nuclear science. Back then was antimony. Now it's called nuclear science, but back then it was called antimony. And seeing as how Africa didn't always had electrically charged rocks and stuff, guess they did have lightning rays and whatnot, because you put enough of them rocks together, or make some kind of shield that is coated in that electrical rock that Africa has, and it will make one of these, right? And it probably looks exactly like this if I put one huge rock, one huge rock, one huge rock, one huge rock. Y'all seen the electrical rocks, right? When they touch the rocks together, if I'm fighting and I make my sword out of some type of electronically charged rock, then when I go, as soon as my sword connect with your sword, even though it might not be the same metal, this is why people used to get blown back. Not only were they enchanted, they had electrical rocks. Can I ask you a question? Okay, since that's not a thing, why is everybody making all of these pipes with the copper coils on them and setting them outside their house? It's a staff with a whole bunch of copper coils on it, right? Or no? Okay. How many times? Okay. He-Man's sword did what? When he said by the power of great. He-Man would have been at a time when the giants was fighting. The Greys were giants. Grayskull was a huge human skull that he lived in, was it or was it not? Like the little old lady in the shoe, and we never questioned what was big enough for her to live and raise all them damn kids in the shoe. We know that Yuval was a gray. They still be talking about the gray people and the blue people right now. Well, the power of Grayskull could easily be the power of the angel, because whenever he said that he held his sword, a power came down from heaven. Did it or did it not? And supercharged his AS. And then he turned in till he get his, all that on. He got Battle Cat, and they running through, and right? Are we reading Og and it's talking about where these warriors on the battle that would have been wearing them long cloths and stuff like He-Man came from? They got their power from the Dark Lords. And it says when they got ready to go into battle, they dark ones would change the color of their eyes to black. You mean the color of Skeletor's eyes? And Skeletor would possibly be something of like that was raised with a necromancer, wouldn't he? The Valley of Dry Bones, where the bones started getting the sinews and all that stuff to come in. No. And then there was She-Ra. She was a goddess too. And then Orc, who was a floating spirit that helped them when they was fighting in battle and whatnot, wasn't it? And he was like a magician. And an orc is a real kind of giant, an ogre-like dude. And most of their mamas, the giants' mamas, was witches, because their daddy taught them magical medicine. Is anybody seeing it come together? Or is it just me? Did I tell you they be telling the kids without telling the kids? Y'all about to go back and watch He-Man. Look at everybody like, what channel do He-Man come on? I'm about to see what's stream. I'm about to go back and watch He-Man and She-Ra. The kids can watch it with me. That's funny. Y'all didn't like, uh-oh. That is funny. Me and my buddy used to talk about He-Man. Oh, well, now you got a reason to go watch it. Wow, there's a witch on there named Shira. Shira, Ashera, the Asherah pole. Because Asher was a giantess as well. Oh, now I'm going to tell you what's scary. Y'all want to know how I know Google is listening? Because remember we talked today about Og being Eleazar? Why did academic... oh, that's crazy. Academia edu just sent me a thing. Canaan is Og is Eleazar PDF. Tell me they don't be listening. By Roger M. Perlman. You got it also? Oh, hell no. They just sent me an email with a PDF right now. Spooky. Because I didn't learn that until yesterday. And we just did the class on it today. What, 5 hours ago? 6 hours ago? You got one too? That's crazy. Yeah. I told y'all they've been watching me for a long time. Hmm. You Googled Og's other name, girl. You gotta see. You on Google? Don't Google it. Go to another search engine. I don't know why. That's how I found my information last night. Just study Og. It'll lead you to it. Yeah. You gotta think. Once all of y'all started researching, once we have y'all not realized how many people. Right. Once y'all start hitting it, they be deleting information. Y'all know how they do. Mm. So can I read something to y'all real quick? It says the second of the six, the Alu, is a demon that hides itself in the dark corners and caverns in the rock, haunting rulings and deserted buildings, excuse me, and slinking through the streets at night like a pariah dog. It lies in wait for the unwary, ready to rush out from its hiding place to envelop him as a garment. Now, how many videos have we seen online now where a person will be walking and you literally see the dark shadow like walking behind them and then it like gets on them and they come out of the shadows? They catching them on cameras and everything. Y'all been seeing the videos? If you type in paranormal black spirit walking, The cameras are catching these evil spirits running up on people, making people trip. So the alu, right, is a demon that hides itself. It said, and if it wear you like a garment, envelop him as in a garment, that means you're a parasite. Parasites attached to you, don't they? Some parasites get in, but like leeches, they gonna stay on the outside. Or what's the other one? Ticks. They bury right under your skin, burrow right under your skin and suck your blood. Okay? Who remembers Falling with Denzel Washington? Or Shocker, if he was from the 80s. All they had to do was get in proximity of him, and that spirit could jump. Remember? Okay. It says, so they either wait in the darkness to hop on somebody. This is why we always looking around when we walking at night thinking we see dark shadows. We do. When you're going up the stairs and you feel like somebody following you, they is. You be like, what was? Seeing the dark shadows at the corner of your eye dashing very quickly. At the coronation of the king, there was a dark entity that was walking in the background. I could believe it. I could believe it. Because if he's sitting on the same throne as Mama did, that he got the sorcerer's stone under the throne, and he's sitting on Solomon's throne. So that makes sense. If Solomon didn't leave out of here in a good way, the demons was laughing at Solomon when he left. He said he was a walking slave of the demons and the regular people. So that definitely makes sense. So look, it says, or coming into the bedchamber by night, it steals sleep away from the weary mortals by standing over their beds and threatening to pounce upon them should they dare to close their eyes. What did I tell y'all? I do not like people standing over me when I was asleep because I used to wake up and them demons used to be on the side of my bed and I would piss myself as a kid. They used to be standing over me watching me sleep. So they used to do it in ancient Mesopotamia too. They would scratch me. I used to have 3 scratches on my back, 3 scratches up my leg, 3 scratches on my neck, and get whoopings because my mama thought I was scratched. I used to bite all my nails off. My nub, and when I was in elementary school, I kept nubs. Because I don't got no nails to scratch myself. So if I don't got no nails, who's scratching me in the middle of the night? And all the way up my back. All the way on my, like, I was married and still waking up with scratches. My ex-husband used to be like, how you get these scratches? And it's 3 of them. What you done did? Well, I didn't scratch myself. Because I'm an enemy to the devil's kingdom. And they always around trying to make me, no, I'm serious. I wake up with bruise. I tell you, me and my cousin be talking about it. I know I fight in my sleep. But you got to think, when you go into the spiritual, when you go to sleep, you in the spirit. So the wars you don't get to see during the day, yeah, I don't know about y'all, but I've been fighting in my dreams since I was a little kid. I always used to be somebody chasing me, trying to get me. I used to have to be running and hiding in buildings. I mean, since I can remember. I was 4 years old getting up and going and getting in my parents' bed every night. Or they would wake up and almost step on me because I would be right under their bed and the demons would follow me in my parents' room. And they would, like, in the house that we lived in when I was like 5. Oh God, I hated that house. The house across the street. All the houses on that street that we lived in, I hated it. But my parents, this was the early 80s. where you could sleep with your back door open. And my parents, they had taken like the garage room that they had made into a bedroom, and so they would sleep with that back door open because it went out into the backyard. I hated it. Them spirits used to come and press their face up against that glass. Oh my Jesus. Wake up tired. Yes, yes, honey. Listen, I was 17 and still, I was pregnant with my son, still going and getting in bed with my parents because them spirits would come and torment me at night, honey. Oh, I hated it. Up until I got my first place, for sure. I used to have to pray over my house every night. I did not sleep. But this is the thing, though. I've always told somebody about God, had Bible studies, even when I was just a 66er. Oh, shoot. Even when I was just a 60, I used to have a witch chasing me too. Hold on, y'all. But all of that, like, that's why I say you need to be believing your kids when they tell you it's a monster in their room. It really is. And when you don't believe them, that demon just torments them anymore, even more. And that's why kids' behavior start to change. They be tired and grumpy at school because they've been fighting all night, staying up. Go to sleep. I can't. It's the damn demon over here. I can't. Y'all better, if y'all can tell y'all it's a monster outside, it's a monster to be in the window, it's a monster in their closet, it's a monster under their bed, they didn't do it. You better make sure they didn't. Because them demons will have you beating your children and punishing your children for stuff your children did not do. You got to pray over your house. First of all, you need to ask God to show you what's allowing them to stay there. Okay? They need to yell Jesus' name. The movie Little Monsters. Yep. And Monsters Inc. They told y'all in Monsters Inc. and Monsters University. All day long. And you can go on YouTube, right? I mean, TikTok right now. Watch this. Let's do it. Oh, I don't think this one got TikTok on it. I gotta go get my phone, y'all. Hold on. I don't have everything on every device, so. Yeah, I don't know what is going on. I've been eating red onions like every day. I done bought like 3 or 4 red onions in the last 2 weeks, and I want them raw or barely cooked. I've been eating red onions with everything. Everything. Ooh, Where the Wild Things Are. I used to have a copy of that book. I don't have one anymore. That's my favorite books growing up. Ooh, yes. What? Y'all look. What did I just? I don't even remember what I just told y'all because I done went all the way back. Oh, red onions, pickled. I don't know about that. I put them in my. Ooh, I've been putting them in everything. Okay, so what am I looking for? Oh, let me see. When your fiance is 7 feet 4. I'm not saying they not. I probably didn't have them pickled already. Pickled onions. I'm sure I had. My family country, huh? They eat everything. Pickled pig feet, pickled pig tails, pickled everything. Hold on. That ain't the one I'm looking for.
Watch my toddler. We are listening to music, and he's running around dancing.
Come on.
And then he stops. He obviously sees something that caught his attention.
What's her name? You don't know? I know. Her name, she has a very strange name. And we're talking about the chick that's sitting on the wall. Why, baby? What's wrong? I'm only recording so we can remember, and then maybe I can get some of my friends to help me figure out what kind of entity that you're seeing around, okay? I thought we left them across the street. What's the matter?
I was looking for the one where the baby.
Cheese. Cheese.
Hi.
What you doing? What you see? What? What you see? Who are you saying hi to? Who are you saying hi to? Here, you need to stop that. Sienna.
They be snatching the toys, knocking the stuff off. And I didn't play that, kids. We don't do no imaginary friends. Now that y'all know that the evil spirits and the entities and the disembodied, okay, for everybody that's gone to a psychic or whoever the people are that do connect with the dead, whoever that is, who y'all think they've been talking to now? Kid Cudi got an album called Kid See Ghosts. I didn't know that. Mediums. Okay. So who y'all think they've been talking to now? Honestly. If you didn't think that before and you really thought it was your family members, these entities have been here since the 7th generation from Adam. So basically 8 BC. Or BCE. They didn't watch your great-grand. This is what a generational curse. It's a demon that is attached to your line. They ain't aging. Part of their punishment is they got to stay here until we leave. So the demons that were angels in the 7th generation, they still the same demons right now. So they didn't watch all of our family lines. Great grandma, grandma, granddaddy, cousin, uncle, the kids. Who y'all think be exposing the secrets? You had an imaginary friend when you was little? Oh no, my mama didn't play none of that. And I didn't either. We don't do imaginary friends. So if there's somebody in here that mommy can't see, that you can't see, you need to tell me because they're not supposed to be in here. We don't do grandparents coming back and visiting because the Bible says when you pass away, that your spirit goes to a holding place. Now, prior to Christ coming, if I'm not mistaken, the witch of Endor, they was able to bring up spirits and stuff like that. But it said after the 7th day, which is normally when your funeral is, Your funeral, they normally try to get you in the ground before 7 days. He say after the 7 day, what is it, Ezra? Your spirit go back to where it's about to be judged at. And it talks about the people that's gonna be going to hell. They go to a holding place there, and the other people go to paradise. The Bible said, "Let the dead bury the dead." The Bible tell you about that. The only reason that the Hebrews used to have to dig up the bones of their ancestors is because they was moving, and the prophet's bones would be blessed. So wherever the prophet's bones was at, this is why the British Museum got all that bread, because the prophet's bones is blessed even after they dead. This is why the archaeologists want the bones, because whoever hold them bones, they still are blessed until this day. Wherever they took them prophet bones with them, I don't think it means king of the dead. I looked up, I read something else about that, about it not meaning king of the dead. It didn't mean that, not that I know of. And I researched it because of, I want to say, Josephus. Because they didn't used to call them pharaohs. It was one pharaoh named Pharaoh, and then they started, yeah, it was Josephus. They didn't used to call them pharaohs at first. They used to call them something else. Yeah, they gonna be in trouble for taking them bones. Everything that anytime these archaeologists dig people up, you are not supposed to be digging people up. You're not even supposed to be touching. Like, you're not supposed to do that. The only reason Israel was able to do it was because God would tell them, like when they would go into, they knew they was going into captivity and stuff like that. That's so they would be blessed even in the lands that they was in. So even though they was and this is why a lot of people didn't ever want to let the Israelites out, because they were blessed as long as the Israelites were in their land. Whether they were slaves or whatever, because they were a blessed people. Even when God was pissed and he made them go into slavery because they wasn't listening, the people that had the Israelites in their house or in their country, the crops grew. So now I ain't trying to let you go. Not just because they was making them work, but because wherever the Israelites went, they was blessed. So this is the main reason a lot of times when they went into captivity, God had to pry the Israelites out of the ruler's hands, because he didn't got used to plentiful around there. Just like my ex-husband, he didn't want to let me go because his life was blessed, but he wasn't gonna treat me right. I gotta go. Literally told me to my face, receive a prophet's blessing, and his life had been better than it had ever been in his life. All jokes aside, he made more money. His health, no, I'm serious. His health was better. His relationship with his children was better. Everything. The way he thought, a lot of his habits went away. His life was blessed. I'm not saying that it's still not. I'm just saying it's a lot different than what it used to be. And he used to tell me to my face, and I would get so angry, because is that the only reason you? I told you people be trying to use me like a slot machine, and they don't know I see them. And it's been happening since I was a young person. It's true. That's why I'm take like. That's why you can't pay me to talk to you on the phone, or pay me, You can't pay me to do none of that stuff because this ain't about the money. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when people was like, get a Patreon and get it, I'm not doing none of that. No. How am I sell something God gave me for free? He didn't sell it to me. The gift that he gave me to be able to speak things into people's lives and all of that kind of stuff, he didn't make me buy it. I didn't have to go to school to learn it. It's been here the whole time. A lot of times, the reason we don't get to use our gifts is because we be trying to pimp them out before we ever even give them away. So then you don't get to see your full potential and you be like, I just don't know what my purpose is. Well, if you got it, you'd be trying to use it to make money as soon as you could. So he probably can't let you know what it is. I did hair for free for years before I ever started getting paid to do it. And then even once I went to school, I was still giving discounts. But then God would send me so many clients, I didn't have to charge a lot. You see what I'm saying? So he'll make it. I gotta cut this toenail, y'all. Mm-hmm. I gotta cut it. It's not even long, but it's too long for me. So with that, yeah, we'll be trying to pimp our gifts out and whatnot instead of just using them and letting God send whatever you're supposed to have, and He will. And He will. Your gifts do make room for you. They do. People used to be like, you just sit at home and read all day. And that's what God wants you to do. Yes. Mm. Well, He knew I was going to be teaching every day just about for hours and hours and hours and hours. And there was going to be a lot of questions that I had to answer. So I had to sit and read just a little bit or a lot about a lot of different things that have to do with medicine, names, the etymology of this and that, how these things are the same, so I can answer questions. No, because I don't know which ones are not and which ones are. All flesh has been corrupted. All flesh. Animal flesh and everything. So there's no really way to know. Because the genetic disorders are still showing up in us. So there's no way to know. There's no way to know. I don't know. Because we still got humans coming out with mermaid feet. You know what I'm saying? We still got people, we still got cats that are born with one eye. We still got, I mean, it's still showing up. So we still got people born with 6 fingers and 6 toes. We got plenty of people in here. We got 2 or 3 women that have 2 wombs. We have intersex people. We got everything. Pretty much most of the diseases or the genetic disorders that we've talked about is somebody in our community. I've got webbed toes. See, we got I got my niecey Pooh. Her and her mommy have webbed fingers. You have 6 fingers. No, it's not de-evolution. No, that's not how that happened. That was so you could know that that person wasn't completely human. Yeah. No, because the doctors are just cutting them off. They still cut them off now. We got so many people in here that was born, their kids was born with them. Still right now, they still being born and they just cut them off. to make you think that. But they're cutting up. More people are born with 6 fingers than 5. And as you can see, the men of Gath, this book is the incredible creations and creatures and creations of the Bible now. The Holy Bible is it. Now look at that. The 6-fingered men. Oh, the 6-fingered men. You see that? 2 Samuel 21 and 20. In still another battle which took place at Gath, there was a huge man with 6 fingers on each hand and 6 toes on each foot, 24 in all. And he was also a descendant of Rapha. Og was a descendant of Rapha too, the Rephaim. Og was a descendant of Rapha. The same people mentioned in here. And they had 6 fingers and 6 toes on each foot. It's a dude right now, Jimmy J6. We love him. We were supposed to do an interview with him. And I ended up not being able to get with him like I needed to. Look. His name is Jimmy J6, and he lives like this. He puts the gloves on. Watch.
Six fingers makes the.
This dude really got. Hold on.
Humans should never have seen. What hides the clock?
So if you go look him up, he's Jimmy J6, a real person. He's a young man right now. And he literally is living with all 6 of his fingers on both hands. He puts on gloves. He said they don't make gloves for 6-handed people, so fingered people. So he has to put these. Well, you know, he got 6, so it's an extra one right here. But it's all the regular ones. I think these 2 middle ones he put in one because he worked like in food service. So then this is true. But think about it. If all the people was running around with the 6 fingers, then they would have to tell you that the Bible was real, and they couldn't lie and say about this whole Big Bang Theory crap. So then the doctors cut your fingers off, so that they won't prove that the Bible was real, that there was a race of giants that was here. We have Dennis in here. One of the other things that these giants had was double rows of teeth. We got Dennis in here now to say they remove double rows of teeth all the time. There were extra digits or digits missing. And that's how you knew that they were not completely human. That's how you knew. And if you go through these giants, some of them had extra arms. Some of them had multiple heads. Some of them was, like I said, like animal husbandry. So then they were these guys. And we know that they always say the centaurs was some of the best soldiers. The horsemen. They got the cow men, the goat men. Back here. We got harpies. So the bird folks. Right? We got the bird folks. The Bible said, and Enoch said they went into the birds of the air, the beasts of the field, like a horse. The angels did this. Okay? And people are like, oh, you don't believe that. Well, scientists ain't taking them. They got the kingdom, the phylum, the vertebrata, class, mammals, order, something, perissodactylia, family, homeo, something. Genus is the Centaurus, and species is the Centaurus caballus. The Kabbalah. So how they doing all this if they ain't never took one apart? Make it make sense. You can tell me every part of this animal like you took it apart yourself. Like you took it apart yourself. Like you took it apart yourself. Like you took it apart. And then what's crazy is this. Let's look at this word first. Now why would it say, come on, the Academy of Medicine. Look at that. 1869, the Academy of Medicine. Academy of Medicine. Ward C. Hold on. It's a certain page I'm looking for here. And it should say the Codex. Oh. The Codex of Extinct Animals. In order to be extinct, you had to have lived. The Codex, the Book of Extinct Animals. Really? Ganesha or Ganesha orientis. This is the name for the elephant, man. Right? Hold on. There is a genetic disorder right now called Sirenomylia, aka mermaid syndrome. We have a genetic disorder called Sirenomylia, and this is called Cyrenoceanus. Okay. Now, who watched Sweet Tooth? Who watched Sweet Tooth? This is the harpy's reproductive system. If y'all ain't never did this, how are y'all knowing all of this? Because they do. And it tells you the parts of their reproductive system. Testes, kidney. Come on. So y'all know what the male harpy stuff look like from their veins, their respiratory systems. You had to have taken this apart. You had to have taken this apart in order to get this. You ain't just making this up. This is the whole muscle structure and everything. Come on. Medical students, anybody? You gotta have a cadaver to do this, don't you? Don't you gotta have a cadaver to put these pins and point and mark out what you found? You're not just making this up with all of these animals now. Pegasus gorgonicus or gorgon, we know they was real because we just saw a snake person in that lovely picture I showed you. And if the angels went into the animals of the field and they gave humans wings, if they transformed into a horse and slept with a horse and the horse had babies, do you think their horses would fly? Do you? The resurrectionist, y'all not looking because somebody typed it like 100 times already. Just got to scroll up. They already typed it for you and everything. Because I can tell you the resurrectionist and then somebody else is going to ask. So, those were the beings that were flying around. Because what I didn't get to finish reading, y'all, I think it was in Og or one of the other books, it was saying that they tried to, when God, the reason God flooded the earth so far is because they was going to try to fly away. And I told y'all that. I said it's too long for them to be flying for 9 months and not having nowhere to perch because it was bird people. It was dragons. I mean, of course, dragons can be in the water, but they only going to be in the water for so long, right? They got to come out. The only thing that he didn't say got destroyed was whatever was waterbound already. And now that we know that Maui could turn into a fly, a squid, or whatever he wanted to, does that not make Nereus, when we go look him up, and the other dude, what's his name? Typhon. Sometimes Typhon had a fishtail, and sometimes he was an octopus man, and sometimes he looked like another kind of fish too. Which makes sense because they could shapeshift. And they were gods of the sea, so they could probably be whatever animal they wanted. Because they're children of the angels, and that's what they get to do is shapeshift. So they could be a sea monster the same way that in Percy Jackson, Poseidon was big and then he was little and he could be a water form and then a regular man looking like us. Bible said you never know when you entertain an angel. They didn't say good or bad. I say that all the time. Fallen angel or a good one, you never know because they can look just like us. And then we know from when they got the women pregnant, then they came down, they got the women pregnant, and then they said, come outside, I got to show you something. And then they found out that they was as tall, like their knees was in the clouds. Fee, fi, fo, fun. Now y'all know why Jack and the Beanstalk was real. Why they was climbing down with the magic beans and so forth and so on. I'm about to fry me some chicken, y'all. Ooh. I got some wings. I'm about to cut them, make the joints because I like that little wing tip to be fried real hard. It's about to be real good. I just might send me chicken in house. So I know that came out of left field, but I forgot it's in there thawing out. They've been thawing out. I'm about to go on and bang them. I'm on fry hard too, so when you put the hot sauce on them, it'd be like, you know what I'm talking about? And then you have a little branch to cool it down. And I got wings, so they're gonna be. I gotta cut them, but because they the whole wing. Ooh, you frying chicken right now? I know chicken. I don't care. Y'all can say whatever y'all want about the meat. The Lord told me to pray over it, because the vegetables poisonous too. They spraying human bodies on your vegetables. It's fertilizer. COVID bodies. That's what they said. It's called liquid cremation. So you might as well eat the meat. Y'all didn't know. We found that out last year. Look up cremation and look at what. It's the true thing. That's why the crop started failing last year and the year before. Which I think they did with all them bodies that they couldn't bury and. Liquid cremation.
According to Wikipedia, alkaline hydrolysis is a process for the disposal of human and dead remains using lye and heat and is an alternative to burial or cremation.
And they use it as fertilizer. Hey, Auntie. Yeah, that's why y'all crops was failing last year. That's why all the vegetables and stuff was going away. Vegans. I'm just playing, but I'm playing about the vegan thing, but for real. Yeah, you can look it up. There's whole articles about it and everything. So I'm gonna eat the meat and just pray over it. God knew they was gonna be trying to poison us at the end times anyway. That's why He told you don't eat nothing without praying over it first. So there you go. And what's crazy is that's in these books. That's in the OTP too. I can't remember if it's in the Apocrypha of Ezekiel or whichever one, but he talked about it. He said at the end times they was gonna tell men to stop eating meat, and it was to weaken their bodies. It's in our lost books too, and I don't remember because I read it years ago. And some of my friends that was vegan, I said, "Hey, this has already been told that you niggas was gonna be vegan." They said you ain't holy if you eat meat. It's in the lost books in one of these books. Ain't that crazy? They already knew y'all was gonna be vegans and stuff way back then. They sure did. It's in the OTP. No, for real. It's in either like the Ezekiel, Apocryphon, or one of those. Y'all done read it? It's in there. They already knew y'all was gonna be vegan, and they said that they was. I don't know which book because I ain't read it in years, but it's in here. It might be the sibling oracles. It's one of them, and they said they already knew y'all was gonna be. No, I don't make no one. Why you make some? It's in one of these. It might be in Ezra. He asked 1,000 questions. What do I think about the bioengineered food ingredients? I think everything you eat got it in there. So even if they tell you it ain't GMO, it is. So you have to pray over your food because the Food and Drug Administration is one company. Pigs were considered that in the Old Testament, y'all. Listen. People forget that in the New Testament, when God was going to eat, and he was like, we don't. The disciples like, oh, we don't eat that, and the church people was like, oh, we don't eat that, and he said, it ain't what you put in your body that defiles you; it's what come out of it. He said that's gonna go in through the mouth and out through the rectum, honey. He said, but what come out of you, your evil thoughts, your nasty attitude, the way you think about taking from other people, he said that's what defiles you. And Jesus said that himself. You can look that up. He said, so what you need to be worried about ain't what you putting in your mouth and you're going to pee and poop it out. Or what you need to be worried about is them good old thoughts and actions that come up out that body. Yeah. So you can eat clean all you want to, but if your mind is filthy, you still going to hell. This body is going to be here. So why y'all be trying to prolong it? This body is a punishment. It makes us be able to be under gravity. It's full of worms. No matter how much you try to get the parasites out, I don't care if you only eat vegetables. When you go back, they back in there because you're made of dirt, and parasites and worms live in dirt. So why is you pouring your good mangoes and stuff into dirt, and your good fine butters and stuff into dirt? I mean, I'm just saying, you spending all this money to preserve a body that's about to be burnt the hell up in just a short while. What you need to be working on is making sure your spirit is going to get out of here. Because this is a punishment. This body was gave for us to be born to die in. Because when you leave, your body stay here with your car and your fine clothes and your gold and your rims and your red bottoms and all of that. Your body stays here with that stuff because that stuff is for here. You don't take none of the food with you, even though the pharaohs thought that they could. It's so funny because they worship them false gods, and now it's say they hunger and thirst. And the closest they gonna get to getting some food is to inhabit your body and eat through you. Funny, because the evil spirits have y'all bring them food and drinks. Judah Rising, do you have children out of wedlock? And I'm not trying to be in your business. So did you have sex before marriage? So you was married as a virgin? You didn't kiss or touch or do nothing before you was married? Okay. Well, so with that, right. So then keeping the Levitical law of what you put into your body. I mean, I get it, but you done already broke all the other sins before coming here. So all I'll be saying is people will keep one, like we might not put dirty stuff in our food, but we'll put dirty stuff in our mind. Watch a show that make that body tingle the wrong way if you're not married, or go slide down on something. But we'll keep what we eating good, but not what we do in our body good. You see what I'm saying? God, this is going back to the flesh. Now, will you pay for stuff that you do here? Yeah, but it says the body is not for food. Food is for the body. God made food for us to eat because if we don't eat, we gonna die. So whether it's sinful or not sinful, that's because they had all those laws. But when Jesus came, he did away with all of that. He is the law now. We don't, all of that don't have nothing to do with it. When he went and sat with the Romans, they wasn't serving him no kosher food. And he told them, the disciples said, he said, eat what they put in front of you. Don't be rude. Because you going out into the nations that don't believe like you believe. So what if they don't got no vegetables? And you ain't ate in 7 days. You going to starve to death? Because the disciples was going out into the world to the people that didn't believe in Christ. To the Romans, they go, Italy got the best pork there is. When they was under the captivity of these other people and they were forced to eat certain things, was they going to go to hell because God put them in captivity with the people? He made the people come get them. So I'm not saying don't obey, but it's like folks find laws that they want to obey and don't. And I'm not saying you. I'm just saying that's something that you can control. Oh, I don't eat that because it's not. But we don't know if you got a nasty mind. So on the outside, it look like you pure, but are you? People purifying their bodies, but not purifying their souls. That's all I be saying. This body gonna be filthy no matter what you put in it, cause it's dirt. Matthew 15 and 11 through 20. It's not what goes into the mouth of man that makes him unclean and defiled, but what comes out of the mouth. This makes a man unclean and defiles him. Then the disciples came and said to him, "Do you know that that the Pharisees were displeased and offended and indignant when they heard this saying?" Pharisees and the Sadducees is the holy folks, and they was indignant. Every plant which my heavenly Father has not planted. Well, this is something different. That's Isaiah. But yeah. Matthew 15 and 11 through 20. Judaism, I'm not going to argue with you. That's the word. Go read it. It literally says, what you put into your, this is scripture, what you put into your mouth don't defile you. Those things were considered to be defiled back then. Ezra said, I ain't never defiled my mouth and put no dung or no this or no that in my, come on now. Ezekiel, either Ezekiel or Ezra, they was talking about defiled things back then. And Jesus said, it ain't what you put in your mouth that defile you. It is your trifling thoughts and the rest of it. I'm not going to argue it. It's right there. So think what you want to. If that's what you think, that's fine. But there go the scripture right there. Not going to argue scripture, and it's right there. Moving on, next subject. Matter of fact, I'll be right back. I have to know that that was a way for the Pharisees and the Sadducees to say we don't eat unclean things, we're not dirty like them. They was always trying to pull some rank on the other folks of how they acted, but the whole Bible is written to the Israelites, and they was wicked. It was the vipers, the Pharisees, and the Sadducees, which were the religious people that held on to all of these laws, but they wouldn't even follow Christ because they was too busy trying to follow the laws. That's why Jesus had to come, to show them for real, because the church people, oh, you didn't, we know it with Jesus. It was the Pharisees and the Sadducees that kept running to the law, the rulers, the Romans, the boards over the church boards, and telling on Jesus. But they was eating the right Levitical priests, and they was walking around with the robes on, with the scrolls in them, with the word, even in their underwear, and didn't recognize the living word. Because they were so worried about Moses' laws and this and that, they didn't even recognize the law when it was standing in front of them. They literally had scrolls sewn into their underwear, their robes, their everything, but the living word was standing in front of them, and they couldn't even see it because of the laws. It was the church people that took the church's money and put a hit on Jesus. Wasn't the world. Because the world, which was Caesar and them or whatever, they didn't even, Pontius Pilate and all them, they didn't even want to kill him. The church took the offering. The religious leaders took the offering and put a hit on Jesus, 30 pieces of silver. The ministers. Because he was messing up their thing. What do pastors do now? They still doing the same thing. Anybody that's going to mess up their money, they get them away. Anybody that's going to mess up their thing that got going, they get them away. So the church people didn't recognize the word. It's funny. The 66ers, they won't read this stuff. That's not the word of God. You wouldn't know it because you don't even believe the word that you read. Because if I tell you it was mer people, you're going to tell me no, but they listed in the Bible. If I tell you it was unicorns, you're going to tell me no, but Ezra talk about them. He talk about sirens. They talk about giants, witches, warlocks, and flying beings. So do you even believe the Bible that you read? They won't even touch the OTP. They won't even read Enoch, but they talk about how he got translated and he was holy. But if God wanted us to read the book of Enoch, he could put it in there where it's mentioned in Joshua chapter 10, verse 13. Oh, excuse me. That's the book of Jasher. But the book of Enoch, Judah Rising, you about to get under my skin. Go on and have a good day. Just, I don't know what else to say, and I don't want to keep talking about it. Your beliefs and my beliefs are different. We've already come to that. I don't want to keep talking about it, and you don't have to keep typing it. Okay? Because it's about to make me a little irritated. So, if that's what you believe, go teach it on your page. How about that? And then the people that believe like you believe, they'll come there and listen, because I'm not going to argue with you about what I just read out of the same Bible you're talking about. And I don't want to talk about it no more, and I'm not. So, please stop. Y'all, how many times do I ask y'all not to add people? That's just as annoying to me. Y'all know that. Please don't add nobody. I got it. I don't need nobody to talk for me. I do just well. Just fine. Thank you. I know y'all be trying to help, but please don't. Y'all know that drives me nuts. Love BCS. See, new people, I ain't getting on y'all. Old folks know the deal. Y'all know. I don't do it because I don't want people to feel attacked. They talking to me, I'm going to talk back to them. We don't got no beehive stuff going over here, even though the circle bites was a little outrageous at first. We had to set some lines and limits because, honey, I was scared for the people that used to come in here. Boy, circle bites, boy, listen here. He's like, okay, no, y'all, no. No, this is not the beehive. We don't do that over here. We love folks. We you know. Good. Shake the dust off your feet. Thank you. Have a good day. Teach on your. I'm not even arguing with you. So you saying you shaking the dust off your feet, baby? I'm a prophet as well. That don't mean nothing to me. I'm not on your page trying to tell you what to teach. That's why I be irritated with folks. Because if you have so much information, do the same thing I'm doing. That's the only thing I be trying to say to people. I don't go on nobody else's page trying to disagree with them. You will not see me on nobody's page trying to tell them what's to teach on they live. Seeing as hell, we all have the same TikTok, YouTube, or whatever else. So what you believe, you teach it on your page. That's all. I don't be trying to disagree with nobody. I just don't be on nobody's page trying to tell them nothing. Y'all don't. That's why I don't even let people come in my thing. This is social media. You can do what you want here, just not on my page. I done took you to the scripture. I'm not going to cover my stomach because I'm in my house. What you can do is swipe up and don't type stupid shit because this ain't church. This is a university. And I'm about to tell you to kiss my ass in about 2 minutes, honey. I'm in my house. You're not going to tell me what to do in my damn house. Go clean your kitchen. Go lick your dog foot. Y'all stupid. If y'all think y'all gonna come on my page, I'm in my house. Are y'all retarded? Do you walk up into people and start telling them what to put in their basket? Y'all gotta be slow. Do I tell you when to wipe your ass? You probably sitting in your house in your damn drawers right now, nigga. Get out of here. I'm 43 years old. If I want my damn stomach out in my house where I pay the electricity bill, baby, I'm gonna do that. If you don't want to see it, you swipe. You're not getting paid to be here. You crazy? People actually think that they words mean something to me. Your opinion don't mean nothing because you didn't put me here. I didn't do this to get famous on TikTok. Hell, I was on TikTok a week when I went viral. I've been doing this with my tank tops. As a matter of fact, for you people telling me to put my stomach up, I did Bible studies in a strip club. Naked. In a thong. How about that? With a Bible. Like that. So, how about that? You like that? And people walked out of there and went right with me to the church and went down in Jesus' name. How about you? 11 people, September 11th, 2001, left the strip club and went down in Jesus' name after they just seen me get off the stage. Now what? Now what? How many shows you done brought in the whole 40 years you've been sitting in church with your stomach covered? And then brought millions of souls to Christ since then. Huh? Technically and literally. That's the problem. Y'all too busy looking like church people instead of being followers of God. I don't gotta look like y'all. They don't even listen to y'all. Because y'all too worried looking like y'all church people, but I'm a real follower of Christ and they can see that. I don't got to fake and shake for not a soul, honey. I'm going to be me, and they see God through me, whether I got a hair top on or sweats or a whole long dress, because y'all be the most sinful people under all y'all church clothes, trying to look like you're saved, and then you get busted out. And your little secrets, honey, eke right on out, and you don't look so holy then, and y'all be embarrassed. I runs my business all day over here. And here they go. Somebody that got mad again. They'll be all right. And we about to go straight to YouTube. They be pissed. They be so hurt. And y'all know we going right on over to what's the name. They be so pissed off. They ain't got nothing else better to do. They don't know we got Instagram too, right? They be mad. We don't care.
So there were some people.
They be upset, boy, don't they? They don't know we got all the others and we go right to where we need to be. Moving on. They be so mad. They be real mad. And we back. Ain't nobody worried about them, y'all. Y'all already know. Yeah, they feelings be hurt. Because they want me to be fake like them. I be hitting them in their throat. Boy, they be mad, don't they, family? See, y'all know where to go now. Everybody already know where to go. We blocked till the fifth, y'all, unless they undo it. I ain't worried about it. I'm going to keep on saying what I want to say. They be so mad. It probably be the same people coming back. They be mad, y'all. They be mad. I be busting their heads, and we already know who it was, the person that shook the dust off their feet. We already know who it was. They don't like it. I don't care. I ain't worried about nothing. Have I stopped saying anything in the last 18 months? No, and I'm not going to. I'm here to bust heads. That's what I do, and I'm going to continue to do so. Come on now. And don't be worried about nothing. They be mad, y'all. They be mad. They be mad because I won't say what they want me to say and do what they want me to do. And I ain't worried about them. I'm going to keep on busting heads every day. So you see, they be mad. They be so upset. Why are you mad instead of just leaving? Because I be chopping them in their throat. They be so mad. And we don't be worried about nothing. See, they thinking that's the only thing we got. Oh, we not doing no more camping trips, honey. The world is coming to an end. So we waiting on that. They be mad. You got to think about it, y'all. The WOIU community is shaking up everything. We shaking up the Christian community. It's pastors that be mad. It's all kinds of people that be mad. Because they want me to do what they want me to do and I won't do it. I was giving 3-piece sets, Miss Sunshine. You already know. They don't like it. They do not like it at all, and it don't bother me none. I'm gonna keep on saying it. Like I told you, I've been dealing with the church folks for a long time, and they don't move me none. They be mad, and I'm gonna tell you why they be mad. Cause for all the times that they be in church, they don't have no souls to show for it. The only thing that they have to show is that they set themselves apart from the people they supposed to be so sanctified and saving. That whole millions that came to Christ, they didn't like that. Left the strip club with 11 souls that went down in Jesus' name, they didn't like that either, but it's the truth. They be mad because guess what? For all the church going they do, they probably ain't brought nobody to Christ the whole time. They brought people to church, but they didn't bring nobody to Christ. It's a difference from bringing a person to church and bringing a person to Christ. When you can help create a hunger in a person for the word of God, and they see y'all over here and they got y'all got y'all books and y'all studying and y'all this and y'all that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They be mad. Listen, if it ain't the books that be making them irritated, it's the fact that I'm challenging everything that they know. Especially while being at the strip club. And one of those young ladies, I told y'all the story, 30 days after she got there, she went down in Jesus' name, my associate pastor at that time told her, if you go back to the club, the devil's going to try to take your life. 30 days to the date. September 11th, she went down in Jesus' name. October 11th, going into October 11th, at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, she was driving back from a neighboring city, working at a club. She wouldn't work in our city. She went to like a city 2 hours away. On the way back, she fell asleep. She had her seatbelt on. Her friend in the car didn't. She was thrown out of the car into the desert, and her friend was still in the car. She laid out in the desert as a Jane Doe for 6 hours. 30 days to the date. Soon as it turned 30 days and she was leaving that club, okay, she fell asleep and got thrown out. October 11, 2001. She was the only one that my ex-pastor said that to. My old pastor said that to. And 30 days from the date, because I used to work with her sister at a collection agency. And her sister was like, oh my God, my sister's in the hospital. And I'm like, what? She was like, will you go with me? I went up there. Her whole body from head to toe was completely scarred. Real life. So I don't be caring what people think about my life, my ministry, because I go into the treacherous places that the church people won't go to. The trap houses, the everywhere. I go into the places where the people that are in the dark are, that need the light of God, because they're not coming to the church. So how else are they gonna get the word? If they don't go to church, how they gonna get the word? Y'all done been in sin before when you feel like you backslid. Did you go to church? Or did you still care for a little bit? what you do. What does it mean to be in the bondage of sin? If you're bound or the chains of sin, what does that mean? If you in chains, slavery, right? So if you in chains, that means somebody got to come let you out. You can't let yourself out of chains because you're a prisoner. So if you are in the bondage of sin or a prisoner to sin, that means someone else has to come let you out. Somebody else got to come open the gate and let you out, or open the keys and take the chains off so that you're free. Everybody not on no social media. Exactly. So church folks, they go to church every Sunday, every Wednesday. How about you miss 4 Wednesdays and go sit with somebody that ain't going to come to church so that they can get the same word you get? How long will you sit with an alcoholic and tell them about God without judging them until they actually want to give their life to Christ? How long will you sit with a prostitute or a pimp, a drug dealer, a criminal, a murderer, a pedo? Will you sit with a pedo and tell them about God? Because no sin is bigger than any other one. So if you a whoremonger, and I'm saying that's a horrible thing, don't get me wrong, I'm saying, but in God's eyes, these are all the same sins. They don't have a level. So are you willing to sit with someone who might to you be despicable and give them the love of Christ? No answers. Mm. Looks like y'all got some thinking to do. So where do your Jesus stop? Where do your love of Christ got a cutoff limit at? You said, ooh, throat chop. Let me go blow my nose. I'll be right back. Hold on. Uh-huh. See, y'all don't know who I done had to talk to. I'm telling you. Yeah, my Amazon king. Folks be so mad, don't they? So, y'all seen these? I think I put these on the list. Y'all seen these? Yeah. It's a collapsible kettle in your shopping cart now. Because you have one already? Okay. This is going to come in handy, seeing as how we might not just be able to cook and have the smell of food just running out of our house. With our dehydrated food, you can pour enough water in here to pour over your dehydrated food. It comes with collapsible bowls and collapsible cups. Oh, which way is it? So you got to think, if you ain't traveling nowhere, right? And we in a space where, right? And you just got to put your dehydrated chicken, a few vegetables, some noodles, or whatever. And everybody got their own little bowl. This can be packed up in your thing if you got your emergency, even if you just got your small one, you can charge this with this. It says it takes 5 minutes to heat up. And if you don't turn it off, once it gets past a certain temperature, it'll start to heat up again. But it kicks off as soon as the water gets to boiling. It takes 5 minutes. So you know for a fact that in 5 minutes, you would have boiling water. And with our dehydrated food, we just need to run boiling water over it to cook it and rehydrate it. Right? $30, right. Right. And then it comes with 2 cups and has a little plug in. So this could easily go in your bug out bag. Right? It's a bowl, 2 cups. And they smash down. Right? Because if it's on, we on a crazy time, we camping like living, it ain't gonna be all of that anyway. And these have lids that's connected. Just gotta take this lid off first. Oh, well, I guess it ain't connected, but you can connect it. So and evidently they gotta be for hot stuff because you using right. So these small things could be huge because guess what? If you trapped in your car, if you keep one of these in your car, and you know how your plugs still work, if you have that little converter thing, you can plug this in. You know, people get trapped in snowstorms and stuff. This is a cool thing because if nothing else, if your car will still turn on or, you know, you can turn that key, you can at least heat up the car with the steam, turn it off, and just let the hot water be in there. If you can get in your trunk, and most cars now have that flip down thing in the back seat where you can, you know, pull your seats down and get through your trunk that way. So if you couldn't get out, as long as you had this and a couple of bottles of water in the car, you could warm your car without running out all your gas or your battery going dead. Leave this up 5 minutes, it's boiling. Leave it till it's hot. Wait another 5 minutes. Turn the car back on because this is going to put steam in the car and warm your car up. Right? Of course, put it to where if the kids are in there or whatever. But if you got boiling water in your car, this is a good thing to keep in the back of your car if you live where it's snow. And you know that if you don't have to get out, you can get in the back of your car and get to your trunk. And you keep some water. Get one of these for your trunk. If nothing else. You can stay warm as long as there's some steam in that car and you ain't rolling the windows down, so it's going to get real warm in there real fast. This $30 can keep you from freezing to death. It's just an electric kettle, electric folding kettle. Y'all, this is stuff I be thinking about because I done been stranded with my kids in the cold, in the rain, in the snow, in the heat. So I be trying to think of stuff to where we got to be here for a minute. This is a good idea. And if you keep like little couple, I mean, because in the wintertime, you never know. So even if you had a few packs of something in a thing back there just in case, cans or whatever, you could warm your cans up and eat still. Long as you're not running your battery completely down, you could make some warm things in coffee packets or whatever it is. Hey. Yep, and it won't take up a lot of room. Exactly, because it's able to be compressed down into this. So you got your bowl, your 2 cups, and this in your bag. Just need a travel spoon, and this. With some water, you could pretty much cook everything in here because you can boil meat in here if you had to. So, get those. Okay. Because that can be a great emergency thing. And then if you go camping, you know what I mean? You don't got to plug up your, you don't have to use your butane because it's a lot of stuff that you can make with boiling water. 5 minutes, right? Or even if you're trying to conserve your gas, that's an easy way to not use all your resources. Because if you have what you call that thing, a generator, you can plug this into the generator. Hot cup of soup, right? If you got to wash up, if there's not a lot of water, and everybody needs hot water to wash up, 5 minutes you'll be able to have your hot bowl of water. 5 minutes you'll be able to have your hot, but we're doing bird baths because it's this time and there's not a lot of water and we got to conserve. You get a full pitcher of warm water to wash your body, wash your hair, put some cold water in it, whatever you need to do. But you can pour this now in a bowl and a person can take a hot wash up and don't got to use it with cold water right here. So this can be used for a number of things. If you don't want to waste water and you need to boil water to clean, you can pour enough on the towel, boom, it's going to stay hot. You need to sanitize something, but you're not wasting a lot of water. You're only using what you need. So I'm trying to get stuff that if you have a generator, if you got a solar power generator, you can always heat some water as long as you can get access to it. Because you got your solar generator. So if there's no gas to put in that type of generator or whatever, you can plug this right into it. This is the rest of this series. I didn't know it was 8. I'm about to drop it. 8 total books. So I didn't even know until today that these are all a part of the same. Ooh, these books heavier than they look. They thick though. That's what it is. So we got designs, technical secrets of the traditional visual arts, and we got megalith studies in stone. So we got some new books I'm about to be looking in. Y'all already know what's going on because all these signs and symbols mean something. And they be in all our designs for our furniture and everything else. All the monolithic sites. Right? And these just came in right now. System of squares. So this is probably they building stuff. Right? Travels to the other world. This is going to be a good book. They got the crop circles in here and everything. The crossroads. So they built this stuff. Kalanish. Like the people from Kalna. I wonder if this has anything to do with the people from Kalna. Ancient Mesopotamia. I don't know, but we sure gonna look in there. Archaeologist. Really? I think somebody's in my door, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Oh, it is my groceries. Hold on. Hold on. So I got something because I told you I was gonna do it, and I finally did it. Well, I'm about to. I got my cheese. I'm about to do my cheese. I'm about to do my cheeses, y'all. I got extra sharp cheddar, medium cheddar, and smoked Gruyere, or however you say that, Gruyere. Both of these, I don't know which ones. I don't know how to say it. Gruyere or whatever. So yeah, I done got me some shaz. So we about to see what it do. I'm gonna try it first. I'm not gonna record it until I try it, Alicia, and make sure it works. It don't look like it's that hard though. That's crazy because that cheese was $4. Yeah. So I'm about to do my cheese because I got all that wax. I think Wally bought me the wax. You've preserved cheese and it definitely works. I'm about to wax it. You know what? So I can take this cheese, dip it in vinegar. I think it's vinegar, right? Dip it in vinegar, let it dry overnight and get like that, like, you know how cheese start to turn colors a little bit? And then you dip it in the wax and it stays for 25 years. So when the cows is gone and it ain't no milk, I'ma still have cheese. Because I can't live without cheese, Lord. So I'm about to start getting my cheese together right now. Cheese make everything taste better. If it ain't no seasonings, at least I had some cheese. Maybe a little cheese covered cricket or something. Yes, yes. So I got those blocks that y'all sent me. Of cheese. I mean of I'm gonna go get the wax. Hold on. Put this in the fridge. Yep, so I'm about to wax. I would like to have about 50 pounds of wax cheese. That'll be great, but I'm not gonna do it in big blocks. I'm gonna do mine in little blocks. Oh shit. I had to close my blinds, y'all. Hold on. So I got black cheese wax and red cheese wax. Thank you. I think Miss Wiley got this for me. I can't remember. So there's black and there's black and red. I'm sure there's other colors of the wax. But y'all know how y'all see Baby Bell? Not a cheese covered cricket. I don't know. We don't know what we're gonna have to eat. You get hungry enough, you'll make up something. I don't know if it be on the government cheese, but it be on Baby Bell. The little Baby Bell cheeses, the red ones. This is the same wax they put on there to keep it. So I'm about to start trying to use it. Because I done had it forever. Yeah, I got me this, I think, what, last year? Black cheese wax. And it keeps it from molding. Deep fried cricket covered in cheese. Come on, we never know what we're going to have to do. We never know. But yeah. So you go buy all your cheese. It got to be a medium to hard cheese. I got some something else in there too. But there go y'all Baby Bell color. And I think you just use like a double boiler type method and dip it, let it dry, dip it, let it dry until it gets a good coating on it. And then it lasts for 20 years. Over 25 years, they said. As long as you keep it in a cool place, over 25 years, like in a dark, you know what I'm saying, like a tub or something. And keep the humidity off of it. Yep. So it can sit on a shelf, but I mean, that's what they do. Yeah. Like when you see the cheesemakers, And you see them big old wheels of cheese? Yeah. It can sit shelf ready for 25 years. So you got to think, if you got 50 to 100 pounds of cheese, and that's really because you think one little block is a pound. So it's like having 50 little gold bricks stacked up. That's 50 pounds of cheese. You bought Wisconsin cheese that was 45 years old. It was good, wasn't it? I bet it was. Aged and everything. Yep. So you got to think 50 little blocks of cheese could be the difference between your family having cheese when there's none in the store. Taking your time and waxing it now. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Miss Carol Adams. Hey, I learned from my kids and grandkids. My granddaughter's the one that taught me that I could turn my eye. She was only 7 months when she taught me that. When I have my iPad upright, that all I got to do is pinch it and it'll make the whole. I had it for a whole year. She's 7 months old and looked at me like, Grandma, why is we watching this Moana on this little screen? And did her little fingers like that and open the screen up. I said, I'm done. I am done. Not this kid teaching me how to work my iPad and she can't walk or talk. You store it in the cabinet. Long as it's cool. I've seen a lot of people put them in boxes because it keeps it dark. I wouldn't put it outside. Like if you have a basement, or I wouldn't put it in the attic. Anywhere where it gets too hot, I wouldn't put it. You can go online and look up like maybe your area and see where they say it's best to store it, but it say it's shelf ready. As long as you do it right, it's shelf ready for 25 years. So you got to think 50 or 100 pounds of cheese at a time when there's none in the store. If you just say, hey, we're going to use a pound of cheese a week, that's a year's worth of cheese just about. And give everybody a couple little 3 sprinkles on their soup. Y'all like, let me go get this cheese wax. Because y'all remember during COVID, it wasn't no cheese. It wasn't no milk. It wasn't no eggs. These are things that's always in the store. I'm sure you could just type in cheese wax. You don't gotta buy this kind. Just type in cheese wax. It probably don't. They probably got several different kinds. Simple things like that, y'all, we don't think about. But that could be the difference in your family seeing cheese for 6 months or a year, or having to wait on the government to give it to you, or stand in line to be fighting over it. I don't know. Probably. They have powdered cheese. I don't know how you would do it. I have dehydrated cheese or freeze dried mozzarella. I got freeze dried mozzarella. 46 servings. Just add water. Hey girl, go on. Listen, y'all gonna have to go online. I'm about to go online. I ain't never did it. I just watched the YouTube video. We all learning from YouTube. Honey, I'm about to learn. That's what I'm telling you. In a book that I don't say out loud because it has other stuff in it. And God has not allowed me to give that. So don't be mad at me. Because there's a lot of other stuff in there. And so I haven't really said where. Email me, maybe. I'm not gonna do it right now. Yeah, but I can. Mhm. Yep. So I'm about to go for my chicken and find me something to watch. Y'all got anything good for me? I done started watching Cursed. I need something good though. Is Cursed good, or is it just kind of good? What's Ten and Tina? The Omen, is it a show? It's good. Okay. Because I've been trying to find something new. Now I done went through, because I can't really get into Auntie, I can't get into the Sandman. I'm trying. I done tried several times and it's just a lot going on in there. It is a lot. I be needing my, I'm getting into it. I'm trying. I'm at the part where they realize that she's the little black girl is uh the vortex or something. And she getting in and out of his dreams or his thing or something. Twin orphans. I don't know what that is. Okay, I'll look it up. Okay. It's got okay, so let me tell y'all something. I'm not a TV person. So 9 times out of 10, if it's not about nothing I've read, I'm probably not gonna watch it. I just don't sit up and watch TV. So I want y'all to know that when I watch stuff, it's got to be something that has to do with the stuff that I read, or murder, or it's not gonna keep my interest. Like I'm an investigative person, so I'm a who done it kind of mystery. I need to understand why they did it. So if it's just like regular like kind of TV, I'll click off of it real fast. Thank you so much. I'll be trying, but I can't just watch regular TV now. Like, and if it's like, yeah, The Good Omen is exactly what we read about. Okay, I'm gonna check them out. Cause I be trying to find something, but because I didn't read a lot of it, I be knowing the storyline. So I be like, oh, this is such and such. Like, are y'all starting to run into that now? Because y'all done read so much about certain things, y'all be like, they got this from the portable door. Okay. The twins, they love the Bible and they are about 8. Like, what's going on in there? Because I don't really I don't really watch stuff about the Bible. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I know that sounds crazy, but they be scripting it so wrong. And after I done read all this stuff, it'd be hard. I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna look into it. I'll look into it. I ain't gonna promise I'm gonna watch all of them, but I'll try to see which one catch my interest, y'all. It'd be hard for me to watch TV. Like it do. You see how long it took me to watch the Invisible City, but that was good though. Are they gonna come out with another season? Cause they be flipping the Bible stuff, so it'd be hard to watch it because they be leaving a whole bunch of stuff out. Yeah, I'm not really okay, y'all. Y'all gotta understand. I don't really watch regular TV shows, just like regular stuff to make you laugh. I don't watch nothing funny because I don't really do comedy. So all of that stuff, like it has to interest me. It has to make me think about something that I done read or whatever. Yeah, because if it's like I don't know, I can't really. Maybe I could just show y'all how my list be looking, so then y'all understand. How do I get to my list on here? Oh, wait a minute, let me see. Somebody been watching on my thing here. So I do, Beverly. I got American Murder, Making a Murderer, Things Seen and Heard, October Faction. Some of these is not mine. Yeah, some of this ain't my stuff. The Keepers. Yeah, some of this is not mine. Somebody been in my. Yeah, a lot of this ain't mine. Somebody been watching on my account. Hitler's Circle of Evil, Supernatural. Somebody been in my account because these are not mine. But that's the kind of stuff I watch. Okay, I'm gonna try it, Sarah. But yeah, I'm trying to see if I can go to my. Hold on. Okay, so like, y'all see? Not Scooby Doo. I don't know who was watching that, but wait a minute. What is you doing? Like that be my. Oh, I don't know what that is. Let me put that on there. But I got like My Lover, My Killer, Victim Suspect, the I Am a Killer. Somebody told me to watch The Night Agents. I know that was one of my kids because I don't watch Grey's Anatomy. So somebody been watching on my thing. Unsolved Mysteries, um, The Alchemy of Souls, The Toughest Prison, stuff like that. Like I can't. You cried a lot. Okay. You cried. Why? I'm gonna let y'all know I'm not a girl in that way. Like I don't do chick flicks or none of that kind of stuff. So sentimental stuff, I don't watch it. I'm telling y'all. Girly movies, they're not. Yeah, it's probably not gonna. Oh, it just hit you that way. Oh, okay. I was gonna say because girly, like girl chick flicks, I do not watch them. Anything that has to do with like girly stuff, that's horrible. I know, but it's true. Like I really be just trying to look at the serial killers. Yeah, I mean, I like watching TV about real stuff, real things that happen. CJ, I tried to get into the Cabinet of Curiosity. I tried it. I can't. But then I never really liked the what is it called? The show that it's like what's it called? Uh the Twilight Zone. I wasn't really ever a fan of the Twilight Zone either. I'm gonna look into it. You watching Sweet Tooth? I finished it. That's why I gotta find something else. I already made it through. Are they making any more of that? I'm about to go find me some chicken. It's gonna be so good too. I'm ready to eat. I'm about to go find me some chicken. Mm-hmm. It's done. I didn't watch the whole thing. It was good. Mm-mm. Twilight Zone and all of that. It be. I don't know, but I'm about to go eat, y'all. We've been on here 213 minutes. I'm hungry. I'm about to go eat, and it's almost what 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Yeah, it's almost 9. I gotta go. I love y'all. Bye. Bye. I love y'all. Talk to y'all later. I'm about to go eat. Love y'all.